Welcome to Teaching Truth. Every love letter that's written usually ends with these words: lots of love, kiss, 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 3 X's. A declaration, a sign of love between the sender and the recipient, a seal, a guarantee of that love. And the love letter, as it were, which Jesus as the bridegroom writes to his bride, the church at Pergamum, is sealed with 2 promises. Let's read of those promises at the end of the love letter. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna. I will also give him a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to him who receives it. In our reflections today, we want to think about the assurance that's given to the church at Pergamum, and indeed to us as the church, the bride of Christ. The letter ends with a note of intimacy. As Jesus comes to his bride, the church, with an assurance of these rewards. The first being to receive some of the hidden manna. What is the manna that Jesus is referring to here? Well, the manna is the true spiritual food, in contrast to the meats of idols referenced in verse 14. Those who overcome evil will be entitled to partake, to eat of that spiritual food which has been prepared for the people of God, hidden from them, perhaps because they didn't know what it was. And this is the interesting thing, because when we think about manna, we think of God's provision way back in the days of Moses, that manna that was provided. In Psalm 78, it's called the angel's food and the grain of heaven. Jesus himself said in John chapter 6, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger. And the hidden manna, that manna that's given to us, it is linked to our hidden life in him. And in order to be hidden in him, we must be first dead to the world. In order to be nourished by him, to take of that bread of life, that manna, we need to think only and be focused only on him. Jesus invites us as his bride, his church, to join him at that great wedding feast, to eat of that manna that he has provided for our sustenance and for our spiritual nourishment. The city's economic and cultural practices, I think, are evident here too, because the region was known for mining, and a tradition grew in the region to use small, rounded, white marble stones within the judicial system. And a white stone like this one was used by the jury to vote for those who were to be declared innocent. And a black stone was used if you were to be declared guilty. And from this, some organisations developed a system of voting for membership, and hence the term blackballing, to deny membership. And in addition to white stones being used in the region, the defendant that was set free was given a white stone with his or her name inscribed on it as a proof of his or her freedom and new status. In athletic contests, the trophy often was a white stone, symbolic of having overcome the opposition. And warriors returning from battle were given what? Were given white stones with their names inscribed. Do you see the wonderful significance and linkage here? Because in the same way the white stone mentioned in the letter to the church at Pergamum is a symbol of freedom, a symbol of victory, a symbol of having overcome. And I will give him a white stone with a new name written on it. It has also been said that masters of ceremonies, apparently in those days, used white stones to write the names of invited guests for the wedding dinner. And you know where I'm going with this. Because in this context of Revelation, in the context of this letter to the church at Pergamum, we can interpret the white stones written with the new names as the names of those who will join Christ for his wedding feast. The names of those who have tasted of that manna, that bread of life, who have tasted Jesus for themselves, who have eaten of him, who have declared him as Lord and Saviour. Those stones, on those stones are written our names. Names of those who have declared Jesus as Lord and who will join him at his wedding feast. There is joy everlasting, there is gladness, there is peace, there is wine overflowing, there's a wedding, there's a feast. Jesus, the bridegroom, invites us, his bride, to that great wedding feast. So as his bride, his church, may we eat of him. May we take that manna. May our names be written on those white stones. May we remain faithful to him. For if we do, he has prepared for those who overcome that place, that guaranteed place at the marriage supper of the Lamb for us. The Lamb who is worthy of all our attention, all our affection, and all our allegiance. God bless you.